for a fork, some butter.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony's Picks Morning Show. I'm Tony T with you here, guys, every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications on the show today. Picks from the NBA playoffs. Also, the 15-game card from Major League Baseball, NHL playoffs in there as well. At the end of the show, we'll have a parlay, peripheral, or play it straight segment. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But first thing you guys want to do is give us that like, that thumbs up. Help us build up our audience. We greatly appreciate that. So if you would do that, thank you very much. Let's go ahead and meet the cappers and get right to the picks because we don't mess around here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show. Let's say hello to Rod. Rod, what's going on?
Whew. Still feeling like I got gut punched. It was just one of those, we were down. I thought that I had written the game off, and then all of a sudden the Oilers tied it up, and then, well, you had that glimmer of hope, and it just got dashed with a bouncy puck. Hey, it kind of happens the way it is. As Oilers fan, you better watch out. Edmonton's going to be coming. I'm telling you. After that big comeback, most people are going to be like, whoa, that's like a gut punch. It is. It hurts a little, but the thing is, how many times can McDavid just keep doing that? They played in the third. They didn't show up in the first and second. If they always put 60 minutes together, it's going to be a shorter series. But as we've seen, it's going to be a long series. As always, 6-7 games there. Can't complain. And then the NBA, hey, look at Detroit. Rolls from start to finish and got the job done. They tried to lose it late again, but hung on and still grabbed the win. And then the Denver and Clippers series, that just looks like it's going to go 7. So that series just back and forth. And man, when Kawhi's healthy, that poor guy, and he was healthy his whole career. As much as they took him on that his load management where he didn't play, but I think the last couple of seasons he's been seriously injured. If he is healthy like that, I think we'll be talking about the Clippers a lot more than what we have been. Because he willed the team, 40-something points?
Oh, yeah.
Going to be a long series. I'm excited. That's a really good matchup there.
Yeah, that's the series of the playoffs. That way. Also, Detroit and New York could be as well. When we will see how Detroit handles success. That's always a big concern, big question. We'll see how that rolls. And we'll say hello to Sean. Sean, what's happening?
Yeah, my gut punch was I was looking at a nice sweep of the board. I had who did I guess? I had Cleveland. I had the Mets, and I'm thinking, all right, Braves, you took a nice lead late. Thinking a nice run line winner. No, let's give up the proverbial 3 or 4 runs in the top of the ninth with nobody out to.
Yeah, that's gut punch.
I could use a nice sweep. I was, but what are you gonna do? And that's it. And I did have Montreal last night. No, thank you for that one. I should say, get to overtime, and then what was that? Like 4 seconds in, what the heck happened there? It was 2-2, and I'm like, wow, look at this. All right, overtime. And then not even 3 minutes later, I get a notification for a loser. I'm like, what the heck? I didn't even look. Whatever. Hockey. It's nonsense.
Yeah, it was a bogus icing. I really they should have waved the icing off, and they did not. I think Lonnie was there in position. We never really got a good, clear camera view, but I think it tipped a stick and went down. They should have waved off the icing, but they didn't. So you had some tired guys in Montreal back in their own zone, puck, and it did the hot summer bounce because it was like bounce.
Yeah,
and then Ovi just hit a stick and put it in, and it was like all of a sudden no chance. It was just one of those bouncy puck luck games, and Montreal came roaring. Yeah. Another one that came roaring back and just fell short. I was with you there on that one.
I gotta say, the Kawhi, I hate when guys get hurt because you never know. Like he's I'm never a huge Kawhi fan. Like, all right, he's good, but man, last 2 games, you see that. Woo.
I wasn't a huge Kawhi fan until he came to Toronto. And then he came to Toronto, and I watched him in that playoff run, and man, when he's healthy, holy man. If he could have stayed healthy his whole career, the numbers he would have put up, insane.
Yeah, he's definitely showing up, JM, man. Holy cow, last 2 games.
Yep, there's no doubt.
The sad thing is, as much as we're talking about him, let's see what happens. Can he last the whole?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can he last the series? Can he last the whole playoff? I mean, we're talking about the playoff. If he get through the series.
As a Kings fan, you're going like this. You're going, please last the whole time. Come on, knee. This is
the first playoff series since his surgery, right? So hopefully the surgery works, And I think one of the good signs it's funny is that down the stretch he did play in a back-to-back, right? He did play one.
Yes.
He did
play one back-to-back, right, to test it out. I think, and that's why he did it, just to test it out to see if it still felt good. So he's looking good.
Yep, no doubt about that. All right, let's continue. Let's get on here with the NBA playoffs three-game card today. Interesting ones here. One we know is probably going to be a 4-game series, but we'll start here with maybe Sean might think the last game could be as well. But we have the Bucks and Pacers going head-to-head here. The Pacers 4.5. There are some fours out there. Total 229. Memphis and Thunder. Oh boy, do it again. Let's do it. Let's run it back here. Thunder 14.5. It opened 15.5. So. They're on the grid. Listen, Sharps can't lay double digits in the playoffs. They just can't do it. Anyway, Thunder 14.5. I see a 14 to BOL. Total 229.5. Some 228s out there as well. And of course, Minnesota and the Lakers. Lakers trying to get off the schneid here. The Lakers now 5.5 from an opener of 4. Total 210.5. We start with Rob.
Yeah, looking at these few NBA games to kick off the day. Looking at Memphis, do you think Memphis can make a little bit of a fight back? I think a little bit. I think you get embarrassed and you lose by 50. You see a little bit of pushback here, but is there enough? I don't know. I think in that first half, we do see a little bit of pushback. So give me Memphis plus the points in the first half. You get a good chunk of them. Not as many as the 14.5 in the second half, but you get a good chunk of points. So I'm going to take Memphis in that first half. I think they did get embarrassed. After you do get embarrassed, and I don't think they're just going to roll over and fall and be like, "Oh, that's it. We got whooped. We've been whooping us all season long." We have seen it mentally before from Memphis, but I think here in the playoffs, you got to get up for this. And can they do it again? They could. They could lose by 58 and set a record. But I think in the first half, I think Memphis shows up here in this one. And then the Lakers in Minnesota. I'm gonna take Minnesota plus the 5.5 there in that one. I think the Lakers do win the game because I think they will get a little bit of ref luck, as they say, and the game's close down the stretch. But when it comes to it, I think they get a bad foul or a little whatever. But
all the 50. You know where all the 50-50 calls are going. Even exactly, 45, right? Even 45, 55, maybe a few 30-70s in there.
So it's just give me the Timberwolves plus the 5.5 there in that one. I think the Lakers win though outright. So the Lakers money line though will be good into your parlays then.
There you go from what a shot.
Oh man, I like the Bucks on Saturday. I sort of want to come back with them, but I don't know, man. I think the Pacers. I think just gentlemen sweep the series here. It's tough. Giannis is really good. He's a Kawhi kind of guy, right? Go out there but I don't know if they have enough pieces around him. I mean, we saw Harden do his thing. Got who's that? Norman over there for Clippers. You got a lot of who's the pieces on Milwaukee that are doing that for them? They're not. That's why they're sitting where they are in this season.
Kuzma. He got been let down there.
I mean, and the crazy thing is they still won almost 50 games. I don't know. That's a tough series for me. That's a tough series.
The number that I look at, what did they shoot from 3 in that game? Did the Bucks 9 of 37 from 3-point land? Just thinking if you get 7 of those and go 16 from 37 from 3-point land, you win the game. Because you get the extra 21 points, and now it's we would have got a cover with the Bucks. So the Bucks are going to live and die like Boston does off that 3-point shot. So if those 3-point shots are falling, they'll be in games, and that's how they win them.
We say that a bunch. We say that anytime a team shoots terribly, and you're like, wow, if you hit, you're talking 7 more. They hit 3 more. I mean, they're
we had to hit 3 more. They're right in it, right in this game. Yeah.
The Pacers have the wings. The Pacers have that wing defenders with all those fast dudes on their team. That's the thing. They're getting contested.
It's a tough one because the Pacers, I think, are sort of like, again, I don't want to say they're OKC or Minnesota or these young teams, but they were last year. Young kind of team. Everybody was pumped up. Halliburton, and he got hurt, and then they kind of lost there. But I'm not going to be shocked if they go 4-1 in this. So I'm going to stay away from that one here. I think OKC, again, let's Let's go out for a little walk today. OKC, Memphis. You think Memphis is showing up with any heart? I don't think so. He can say whatever. We're not going to lose like that. OKC is like, all right, we'll see. I mean, we're beating teams by 17. We don't care when it is. We're going to come in. Now, I'll take OKC. I don't care what that line is. I mean, that's OKC by 20 again.
Well, I didn't say they were. I didn't say that they were going to win full game.
Oh,
I'm
no,
OKC full game too. That second half, they're in trouble. Memphis.
No, I was just talking about Memphis. Like
they're going to come up. You got to pride. Your own pride as a human being is going to step in, and that's why I like the first half. The second half, and they roll over.
So, but I don't know if that guy has any. I don't think Morant has that to dig down and have that. I don't think he has that. The old dog in him, as they say. I don't think he's got it. And I think OKC's just that good. I mean, go look at OKC scores. Look at I mean, really, OKC is that good. They're a 70-win team, and they all year long are smashing guys. They don't care. They've been playing this well all year. They don't have to turn it on. They're like, oh, it's the playoffs. Here we go. Speaking of turn on, we'll talk about the LaFloppies turn it on. There we go. Well, my guy said me things like, oh, LeBron was like, we don't – regular season's fun and all, but it's all about the playoffs. Really? The playoffs? But you're terrible in the playoffs. You've lost, what, 10 straight playoffs? You got the most losses ever in playoff history. I don't care if you play for 20 years. You're garbage. The more I look at LeBron, I'm going to just stir up. We're solo. I'm going to crank up all over. Minnesota wins this series. I said that before. I said that coming into whoever the Lakers played. You're not a good team. You got 2 Hall of Famers, and that's it. And one of them's scared to take a big shot. There you go, Justin. Here we go. Here's another LeBron guy. Here he is. The fact that he's got to go on a podcast and say, I don't get calls. I don't even get calls. I don't get fouls. I have players come to my teams like, yo, I hate to play with you, but you're right. You get no foul calls. Are you kidding me? You're a top 5 foul call guy every year. The guy's crying. The guy's on his knees proposing
on the Nash podcast. Oh, and then he starts. And then if you hear the podcast with Nash, it sounds like he's trying to bring in D'Antoni. And the way he's been talking about, oh, D'Antoni's such a great coach.
Chris Bosh, we didn't have a super team in Miami. Really? I clearly remember you saying you won 3, 4, 5 championships in Miami. A guy had one good game? Yeah. All right, that's good. One game. Really? I mean, the guy said we weren't a super team in Miami, but when you got there, after Wade had already won, you hadn't won anything yet. After Wade had won a championship, you went down there and said you're going to win 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 championships. You got beat by Jason Terry, you clown. Ray Allen in 90 won you a championship game. Stop it. Just stop. Delonte West mom game. Come on. Jeez. The LeBron fans are ridiculous. Forget that I'm an MJ guy. It's not even close. Game 7, is that who? Is that when Kyrie won you a championship? Because you sure as heck didn't
That's
win.
That's when Draymond Green lost the championship.
Come on.
The block shot was pretty good, though.
The funny thing is that LeBron, rookie of the year, the man wasn't rookie of the month the entire year. It was Carmelo Anthony. But yet LeBron wins rookie of the year, and Carmelo won it every single month. What's he won? What did he do? How should he be rookie of the year? But look at this. I'm the king. Look at me. I wear MJ's number. I'm gonna turn Cleveland around. Nah, you didn't. Yep. Nope. The guy's played with more Hall of Famers than freaking the Dream Team, and he's still got complaints. This is the LeBron era. He's the GOAT. He's not even I'm not even a Curry guy. Curry's got more rings than him. What are we talking about? I mean, what? Come on, Curry's better. You LeBron fanboys, it's ridiculous. Yep. He won a championship. Yeah, with Curry. You mean Curry won? Curry. Kyrie won a championship. Kyrie won a championship for him.
Here we go. Yeah, some people saying Sean might be hangry. Did you have one breakfast before the show? He's angry.
What's that?
He probably had that Easter cream egg again for breakfast, and his sugars are elevated a little bit.
How do you say, you get out there and have your people. Chris Bosh wasn't a superstar. Really? Oh, I must have missed that when you're in there talking about your dream team. You called it that.
They had a good supporting cast.
I
will
can't.
say that.
And I used to not say. I used to just know. I used to think, you know what? MJ 6-0. He's just better. It's not. There's no comparison what he did. All right. And I never told. There's no off-field problems with Floppy, right? There's nothing. There's no drama. He's not. He doesn't pull the Morants. He's not acting total fool, right? And I say, why wouldn't you want him? He's great. There's no. But the stuff on the court, like this kind of crap, is I just can't. It just knocks them down notches in my book, and that is why you can't go in and say, I mean, come on, man. We weren't. You said you're going to win 5 championships on a team. You said that. I didn't say that. You were up there hyping up your dream team squad. Come on, man. You got people take your blinders off of Bronson. You got to look at this. Come on.
Yeah, it's the way they conduct themselves off the court. Yeah, I mean, Jordan was very, very professional on the court and off the court. It's the off the court stuff that really, that really gets under people's skin there. Now there is some more with social media. Who knows what it would have been like?
He wasn't, but I mean, Jordan. Who knows what he would have been off the court? You know, we don't know. I mean, he's a gambler.
Probably giving out NFL picks like LeBron was doing about a few years ago.
But like, you know what I'm saying? There is no drama with LeBron, right? You don't have to worry about him doing something stupid or dragging you down, right? He's fine, and that's great. And I'm saying that's, but just that stuff. It's kind of, how do you like a guy? I can't like a guy like that. This dude's ruining my day. That's all right, Fuller. That's fine. But really, just think about it. Like I always joke like, oh, it's just bad. Like that kind of stuff. Come on, that is wrong.
Yeah,
that is wrong.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so all right, let's
see a mid-show rant.
There you go, a mid-show rant from LeBron rant.
No food.
We're gonna. There we go. All right, I'll continue on. Yeah, I'm gonna look here at again the Pacers healthy at home. I'm gonna come with them here in this spot. They've really played well. You look at the All-Star break. I ran the numbers since the All-Star break. At home they've allowed 109 points per 100 possessions, a +8 net rating. This is kind of the reverse what we've seen from the Pacers, because the Pacers got off to such a bad start this year that when I went back and saw how good have they been since the All-Star break. They've been very good since the All-Star break, almost to the point where they were last year when they off that monster start there. But I like the Pacers here. I'm gonna again. I like Sean was saying. I got to look here at the OKC to pound Memphis. They've done it again. They're gonna do it again here. Oklahoma City has won all 6 meetings against the Grizzlies this year, all by double digits. They've had like 10 revenge spots, and they failed each one of them for this Memphis team. They can't beat OKC. Again, OKC's covered 29 of 42 at home this season. Many of them have been by big margins. They've outscored opponents at home this year by 16 points a game. That's insane in the NBA to do something like that. I can only look at OKC. Yeah, I'm going to take. I think it's got too much here. I'll take Minnesota. If you look at Minnesota's past couple of months, their play on the road has been pretty good. I think we've seen that improvement there. They've won 9 of their past 14 on the road. This Minnesota team, because we remember these ugly losses like that one at home against Milwaukee, and that still sits in my memory bank here. But again, you don't have to win the game; you just got to cover. And I think 5.5 is a little bit too much here. The form that Minnesota is right now, it on the road. I'll look at Minnesota in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Simone show as we turn our attention here to Major League Baseball here for this card. Now, we do have a pitching change I just got alerted to, and this happens to be in the Atlanta Braves game. Spencer Strider has been put down here with a hamstring injury. I think it's the 15-day injured list for Strider. So Spencer Strider will be scratched today for Atlanta. And if it's not an arm, it's a leg. Scott Blewett will get the start there. So that's your pitching change here right now that just came across. Let's see if we have any more. It doesn't look so far. Looks like we're good here with the starting pitching. Yep, it's Corbin Day today in Texas against in the homeless shelter today for Texas. All right, so all the pitching remains the same, but again, the only change here is no Spencer Strider with the hamstring injury. Pulled a hammy. I don't know how you pull a hammy when you have 4 days to get ready for a start, but you do. All right, let's get underway here with.
There's plenty of ways to pull a hammy that don't include baseball, Tony. Plenty of ways to include a hammy that don't include baseball. That's exactly what happened. He went to the gym and he was working out. Yeah, that's
Working out.
what he was
Doing squats.
Working out.
The squats. Too much on the squat weights there. All right, let's get to the baseball here. Yankees and Guardians here. Yankees favorite on the road, $1.15, total 8.5. Reds and Marlins. We got the Reds here, $1.15, total 8.5. Padres and Tigers, $1.10 here. Both sides, total 7.5. Mariners and Red Sox. Red Sox here, $1.30, total 9. Orioles and Nets. Orioles, $1.30 on the road, total 9. We start with Rod.
Yeah, look at the Yankees in Cleveland to kick it off. I'll take the Yankees here in this one. Cleveland got out to a big lead yesterday, and hey, they just hung on to a 6-4 win in that one, and we know what Bobby's been doing all season long, and it hasn't been good. He hasn't looked solid. He's definitely looked rough in some of his starts. Hey, everybody looks good against the Royals. Sometimes they struggle to hit the ball, so he also gets in trouble with a walk. His last 2 starts, 4 walks. You do that here in this one, and you put some guys on for the Yanks, and they'll be smashing it out. It'll get ugly quick. Give me the Yankees there in that one. And then the other one I like, give me the over between the Cincinnati and the Marlins. Look, Cabrera's on the mound, and Martinez, and those 2 guys have been dealing some meet the balls over the plate. And we see plenty of runs. They got over the total again at 8.5. I think we do it again. Give me the over there, Cincinnati and Miami. What are they, 9-1? Are they over? They just keep finding ways to get over do the Marlins. So continue to ride the Marlins overs.
That has been the case on over to Sean.
All right. Early, I had Cleveland yesterday. I want to take them today. I couldn't get to the window with them here. I want to do maybe an over in this game with both of these guys. And the Marlins, as you mentioned, they do get over somehow. Like, you look at the lineup, and again, I like my little baseball cards. I'm like, who the heck are these guys? Like, I can't name a guy in this offense except for I think it's some guy Edwards. That's all I know on this team. Cabrera is supposed to be a good kid, but he's come back from like his second arm injury as well. Let's go 8.5. Nick Martinez, I think, is a bullpen kind of session cat. So I'll go over the 8.5 there. Padres, Tigers. That's a tough one. Red Sox, we had some Ruby props early yesterday there, but I have to think what I like to do is guy first start back. Right here comes Bello, first start, right? Off of his whatever injury or call up, whatever. I have to lean Seattle there. And then who we got? The Natties? We're doing the Natties and Orioles next?
That's the last one in this block. Yep.
Yeah, well, that's it for that block. Let's go on to the next one.
All right. Tell you here what I think about these games. I'm gonna look at the Yankees this spot. I'm worried about Bivey's 3 home runs per 9 innings. He's giving up the home run ball. 12.5 walk rate. Strikeouts are way down. There's issues here with Bivey. Let's just put it that way. We've said this before. I'll look at the Yankees in that spot. Yeah, give me against right-handed starters. I'll take the Padres here in a coin flip type of game. Their bullpen has been fantastic. 11-2 against righty starters this year, winning almost 10 units. The Padres have hit 280 against righty starters. Detroit hitting just 209 against the National League with a bullpen ERA of 5. It's, again, a step up in class for them, for this Tigers team. So I'll look here. You're not playing the AL Central here. I'll take the Padres in this spot. I'm also agree there with Seattle here with Bryce Miller on the mound. Seattle's 18 homers in 9 road games for Seattle. You think they hate their ballpark at home? Man, they get away from there. They hit the baseball when they get out of that ballpark there. Miller's been a good road pitcher in these coin flip games. Bello against good teams with 540 to 620 win percentage at home, 5-9, losing 4 units. I like Seattle in that spot. And let's continue here on the Tony Six Morning Show. Ready for the next series of games here. And they will be, let's see here. Anytime I can fade the AL Central against good divisions, I'm probably going to do it. Phillies and Nets here. We got the Mets here. Dogs here. We've got Phillies $1.35, total of 8. Cardinals and Braves. This line has been readjusted here to Braves $1.35, total 8.5. Pallant against Blewett is what I'm showing here there. So that's what I'm showing there. Dodgers and Cubs. We've got the Dodgers $1.20, total of 8. White Sox and Twins here. The Twins $2.40, total 8.5. Boy, can you trust the Twins with I don't care who they're playing. Rockies and Royals here. We got the Royals 210, total 8.5. So that covers, let's see, 1, 2. Yeah, we got those 5 here in this block. We'll move on over to Rock.
Yeah, for me, looking at these games in the spot, you know what? Give me Atlanta, even with Blue on the mount. You just look at what St. Louis has done on the road this year, and they're just a fade. Fade St. Louis on the road, bet St. Louis at home. It's kind of what we've seen so far this year with them. Road has not treated them well. And look at the Braves at home. Same thing. They haven't been good on the road, but at home, hey, the home team just continues to cook. So I'll take the Braves there in that one. And then, hey, Griffin Canning is on the mound against these Phillies. And you know what I've noticed that the Phillies love to do? They love to strand runners. They do this at a very high rate. It kind of reminds me of what the Blue Jays used to do. They used to strand a whole lot of guys. And when you look at the box score and you go look and you're like, oh, look, they stranded another 8+ guys in this game. Look, another 8+ guys in this game. And eventually that, as Ronald says, Phillies bounce back? I don't think so. Give me the Mets on the money line there on that one at a nice plus price. Phillies strand way too many guys for my liking, especially on the road. Give me the Mets there in that one. A couple I like in that spot.
Well, from Ron, next on over to Sean.
All right. Let's see here. I like the Mets again. I'm with you. I might be more inclined to take an under there if I'm gonna pull the trigger on something though. And I think I said the other day with the Mets team with Canning, the pitching coach does a great job. He pulls guys out of rabbits out of hats with turning these guys into solid, 3.20 ERA guys. So I go under. I'll go under that there. Again, Cards, you got a pitching change. Hey, listen, if your book's slow to the window, try to get the 170 there if they haven't flipped it yet. So pass for that one with a pitching change. Rockies are. I mean, I'm a KC guy. Do I really want to jump into this kind of number? Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind with the Royals? I mean, the Royals can't score. They're like 2-12. I almost want to take the Rockies just based on can Kansas City score 2 runs, 3 runs? Oh, pass. They
made Bybee look good.
Yeah, look at
Bybee looked like an 8.
Yeah,
it's Bybee. I've been calling BB, Tanner BB, whatever his name is.
Tanner BB, Bybee? I thought it was
What
Bybee.
else we got in this window? Are we talking Cubbies Dodgers?
we are.
Yes. Sorry, Al. Where's Al today? We're taking the Cubs with Amana. Let's go, Cubbies. 2-0. They beat the Cubs the last 2 times they played them. We're going to do it again. 3 in a row. 3 in a row over the Dodgers. Think the Cubbies. And, I wanted to take the White Sox here, believe it or not. We're shocked, right? This is like when Al was like, you know what, baseball's kicking my butt, but I like the White Sox today. Yeah, I feel the same way, Al. You're not even here, but I'm going to give you props for wanting to take ugly dogs. I just can't. Ober's numbers are bad, but let's look at him. He had a bad start. Overall, they're not, the 6 ERA is not a 6 ERA. So this is I don't say a worthy number because the Twins have trouble scoring, but I'd have to look at maybe a run line in this one or possibly an under. Probably an under first and a Twinkie run line in that matchup. So
he's probably an 80 ERA though because he's got that one nice little jam and he looked real good against the Royals again that can't hit. So that padded his numbers. He's probably closer to an 80 ERA this season.
No, but I mean, St. Louis tagged him for 8. I don't think St. Louis is a good team.
No, St. Louis isn't good either. So yeah,
everywhere else, 1, and 3. Okay, that's not bad. And the White Sox, listen, you talk about the Kansas City lineup. Is the White Sox lineup that good?
No,
the White Sox. So you take out a ridiculous 8 runs in 2 innings. It changes things around. Now you're talking, 5 and 16, and he's got a sub 2 or sub 3 ERA. Take the over here. Now I might have to come in and talk myself into playing to myself here because this was one I liked. I just minus. I don't want to do a minus run line. It's like minus 115 with it. Twins who aren't really hitting themselves. But Twinkies over the White Sox.
There we go. From Sean, tell you what I think here about the games here in this block. Yeah, I want to take the Mets in this one. Philly's not hitting well away from home. the Mets bats have waken up here, and their bullpen has been outstanding. But a much bigger edge here with the Mets bullpen versus the Phillies bullpen. You look at their past 7 games, Phillies bullpen ERA approaching 9 here, and that's just a team that wins at home. In these coin flip prices, Philly 41-50 on the road, losing 10 units in 2 past 2+ seasons. I'll take New York in that one. Rockies, Royals, 2 teams that can't hit. Give me the under. And that one, Rockies a $1.80 on the road. They're looking to score 1 or 2. You think the Royals, the way they've been hitting right now, are going to get 6 against any major league pitcher? I don't know. I like under in that one. Give me the Dodgers. Seeing Imanaga for the 3rd time, third time this season. I think that's a big edge for their bats here. Ohtani's back. The Cubs 239 hitting at home, but LA 15 homers in 11 road games. Dodgers bullpen has settled down over the past 6 games. You look at the Chicago bullpen. Well, we know that win game is going to screw the numbers a little bit, but again, in these against the Dodgers, against really good teams on the road, the past 2+ seasons, 27-15 with these teams with a 5.40, 620 win percentage. They get up for games like this, 12.5 unit return. You're seeing Imanaga for the 3rd time in 4 weeks since that Tokyo series. Yeah, I'll take LA in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Smore Show as we close out baseball here with these final games here on the board here, these final 5 games. We got here Blue Jays and Astros, $1.10 here for Houston, total 8.5. Pirates and Angels. Angels, look at this, $1.90, total 8.5. Rays and D-backs, the D-backs $1.55, total of 9. Brewers and Giants, the Giants $1.30, total 7.5. And the Athletics back in their shelter in Sacramento. The homeless are back home in their shelter, I should say, in Sacramento. Athletics $1.30. Look at the respect there. Total 10 over to Rock.
But it's Corbin Day.
That's right.
So it's Corbin Day. Definitely with Corbin on the mound at a nice plus price. Hey, his first start against the Cubs. He went 4 innings, gave up 5 hits last time out. Hey, he went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, only on 1 earned run. So he's improved. This is his 3rd start, so I think he gets even better than his first 2 previous starts. So I'll take Corbin. Everybody's all on the, it's Corbin. Fade that guy. So give me Texas here at the plus price in that matchup. And then another one I'm looking at here in this late night slate is my other guys on the mound. Arizona at home. I'm not laying a minus 60 with fade that. Give me Zach Littell and the Tampa Bay Rays to get their first road win. Hey, they played a lot at home to kick off their year and only 3 on the road. So Arizona 6-4 at home. So they've lost some at home themselves that with that bullpen. But fade that could give up some juicy meatballs. And I think the Rays get the win there on that one at a nice plus price.
There we go from Ron and move on right over to Sean.
Okie dokie. Wrapping up the night. I know Justin's going to want Ruby props. I'm looking at again, not a lot really jump out for me for Ribbies here, but the last game on the board, Rangers A's, just because it is Corbin. But not only that, even the Rangers playing in this park, you see a lot of runs being scored in this one. So I got to look at that one down the road. Don't really love a lot in this thing. I want to think Soriano and the Angels, but again, huge number. This is like the Royals laying a huge number. I can't do that one there. I'm sort of a B fatty guy for the D-backs. Again, 160, 155. It's a tough night card. You got all my day stuff. You got my day ones. This one's a tough.
It's a tough night card,
yeah. Nothing. There you go. You got my thought on the total.
But you call him B fatty, and I call him fade that. I think the B is silent, so I call him fade that.
B fatty. Hey, listen, he's either a fatty or he's a baddie because he had
he did get his baggie though. He did get his baggie.
That's what it is. He got his baggie.
They gave him a huge contract.
Fat. Now he's a fatty, right? Because he's got his baggie. He's like, yeah, I got paid. Now I can eat. Like Lugo, he got paid, and now he's not. He's just eating.
He's having a good year. Like, what is He's off to a decent start. He's not terrible.
That's true. He's just living on that. He's just living on that postseason run is what he's living on because his numbers haven't been all that good.
He had the great postseason run, so he came up mid-season. He had a great postseason run last year. Full season, not that great. 11-10, 4.70 ERA. All right, but he's what? How old's the kid? He's what, 25? He's 26. So this is a year you kind of think is he real? Are you going to get that run again? Or are you going to get something maybe a little less than that, but just a solid? If he pitches like this all year to a 3.4 ERA is pretty low, but even like a 3, somewhere in the 3.5s, you can't complain about anything sub 3.5 nowadays.
No, he's all right, but not
right.
I'm still going to fade that.
I get it. I mean,
he's one of those guys I got on my list to fade. So it's just he made me some money.
Well, lay 160. I don't want to lay 150 with the guy versus a crappy Tampa Bay team that somehow wins 92 games every year. And just talk about rabbits out of hats. I mean, Tampa Bay is just every year right there knocking on the playoff door. So
they just find a way with in Tampa to get wins. Just one of those teams.
Anyway, all right. I'll tell you what I think here. Bassett's pitching like Bassett this year, not the other way, the way Rodney said. There we go. I'll take Toronto. I'll take the Rods. It's Toronto to get it done here. They've hit the ball well. Good bullpen on the road. I'm just this Astros team has coin flip. Well, actually, as favorites, they haven't been a really good favorite over the past 2+ seasons. At even money 150, losing almost 29 units there. Woo! Astros, the home favorite, has not been profitable there, so I'll look at them in that spot. Also, give me the Blue Crew here at the plus price with Quintana. Quintana was dealing with blisters, but that situation is taken care of now. Hicks has just been a gas can this year. I can't trust Hicks. San Francisco has not been sharp against lefty starters this year. 2-6 against left-handed starters, hitting just $1.85 against them. So, and the bullpen has improved here for this Brew Club over the past 6. So I'll look at Milwaukee in that spot. And I'll take the homeless. I mean, I just don't. I'm a big fan of Beto. I like the Beto shuffle. He's pitched pretty well. So I'll look at them. Texas just can't hit on the road here. All homeless are back in their shelter. They've hit well in the home games. You know, they're nocturnal. Yeah, homeless people are nocturnal animals. So I will look at the nocturnal homeless A's here in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show. As we continue here, we'll move on over the ice. We know, believe it or not, we do have a series starting today. For some reason, I can't explain the scheduling, but we do have a series starting. But the team for the Northeast, the Devils, are in action tonight against Carolina. The only representation here for the Northeast, anything north of Minnesota or east of Minnesota, there's no representation this year in the playoffs. Sad. But anyway, we got Hurricanes 260, total 5.5. Senators and Maple Leafs. We've got here the Maple Leafs, $90, total 5.5. And here we go, game 1, Panthers and Lightning. Where you guys been? We've got the Lightning here, $15, total 5.5. Game 2 of the Wild and the Golden Knights. We've got here the Golden Knights, 240, total 5. Very late start here, 11 Eastern. Wow.
Holy man.
That's a late start for hockey, 11 Eastern. That's where we're going to start this one. Actually, I think we got a triple header now because we got the Devil game at 6 Eastern, and we snuck in that Florida game at they're just hoping there's no overtime.
A late start in Florida. Holy.
Yeah, another late start.
Late start in O'Malley, yeah.
On over to Rod for these 4.
Yeah, late start in O'Malley for the triple header because they're usually an hour or so earlier than that. But looking at New Jersey taking on Carolina, if you watch that New Jersey game, talk about a team that's imploding and just looking awful. Your goalie comes out to whack the other guy and like slash him, seriously injure the other guy on the other team, and you hit your own guy. Oh my goodness! Like, what do you do? That was just, it's like, oh, Carolina wins big in that one. They're at home. They are second best record at home, right behind the Kings. 32-9 now after that last win. So Carolina was the second best home team all season. They show why again. Take the Hurricanes on the puck line. Might even take the 2.5. I think they really beat them today. They won 14 straight against the Metro at home as well. The game of the night is going to be Florida Tampa. Those two teams don't like each other. They hate each other. It's going to get physical and ugly in that one. But I'm going to take the Lightning. I like the way they looked coming in down the stretch. And I know Florida's defending champs, but it's going to take a game or so to get everybody acclimated and back together and rolling along. And the way Tampa was rolling into the playoffs here, I like it. Give me Tampa Bay to grab the win in that one. And then Minnesota's been dominated by Vegas all year long. Hasn't even they got close last game. They made it. It was it took that late empty netter, but tying it up, I think they had a shot or two. But other than that, all year they've got whooped by Vegas 3-2, 4-1, 5-1. Coming into Vegas, it's been a while since they got a win there as well. Only one win against Vegas in the last 10 games. Take Vegas in that one. Jack Eichel didn't get a goal last time. He's going to get one tonight. Take Jack Eichel anytime goal as well.
Yeah, from Rod. Sean, you have anything on these 4 games on the ice? No.
I went 1-2 over the weekend with my hockey on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's it. I'm a pass. I mean, I would ride. I sort of like Carolina on the puck line. Maybe I'll get to that later, but nice. No thanks. I thought I'd find something, but nothing's. Again, that's a pass. No thanks.
Yes.
We'll stick with
El Paso.
baseball's all right, and we can fade the Lakers for 3 more games. So we got that working for us.
Yeah, 15 games,
So
30
at least,
teams.
at least
Look
3
for,
more.
yeah, there's 15 games, but 15 lineups. Look for some ribby pops. That'll keep you busy.
I'm jumping. I wrote down 3 games straight sides already for today, but I'm looking at. I said I like some ribby props in this A's game, so I might have to do both here for the show in a couple of minutes after you do your ice.
All right, we got the ice done already. So now it's time for our parlay peripheral segment where our cappers will give out either a parlay, they can give out a team or player prop, game of the future, just play it straight. We'll leave it up to the cappers. We start with Rob.
We're going to do a little mixed sport for you today. We're going to take the Timberwolves plus the 5.5. And then in baseball, we are going to take those White Sox today. Bailey Orber's trash. I think he gives it up today in that one. So take the White Sox today at the nice 2 times our money in that one. And then throw in the Carolina Hurricanes on the puck line in that one. Little 3-teamer for you.
There we go from Rod. And next up over to Sean.
All right. So sides, I'll give you 3 regular MLBs today. 4-7 minus 225 with my baseball sides and totals in the end of show picks. Reds over 8.5. Twins run line there. I mentioned that minus 115, and the Cubbies plus 105. So those are your 3 there. Ribby props 22 and 26. Here we go, plus $1,225. 2 of them. Soderstrom plus 165, and Wilson is plus 170. I mean, Jack, I got a rookie of the year on this kid. He's hitting 354 so far. So nice. I'm excited.
Nice.
There we go. Soderstrom and Wilson there for the A's. Batting, I think, 4 and 5 respectively versus Corbin, who has not been terrible. He looks like Arizona Corbin out of the
Change the location.
Yeah. Yes, I do love Wilson, Justin. I do. He's good. This kid's good. Grab a rookie of the year. It's still, you can still bet in game now. You can still do this kind of stuff.
Almost are gonna have, yeah. Almost when they find their home in Vegas, when they get to the other 10 city, they'll be all right.
You can grab them.
I think they're 2 years away from getting to Vegas. To be honest with you,
and even that place is gonna be a bandbox. That's a small little spot they got on the corner there.
The economics of baseball is right now they want to go smaller because they lose money with selling cheap seats because you got to staff them, and it's I
think it works better. That kind of a bandbox in Vegas, I think, will work because you're going to get a lot of people come in. It'll be filled up, people go to it. And again, August in Vegas. How hot's that going to be sitting out there in the freaking sun?
Let's say this roof. That's why you got roof. They're gonna put a roof in that thing.
Let me tell you, bro. I go to the Astro game sometimes. If you're sitting on one side of the stadium because it's like glass, you're like an ant. It is hot as hell on one side of the stadium. And that's inside. And Houston's it's as hot as Vegas. It's 100 degrees here, but it's also 90% humidity. So it's going to be hot inside that dome no matter what. If it's got some kind of where the sun comes in, it'll still be. I don't know what they're going to do. I'm not going to want to. That's going to be a miserable ballpark. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, Tampa's gonna
Slide,
be
you're outside in August. Yeah.
Sacramento too. Wait till Sacramento. What he's totally me like in Sacramento. It's hot over there. It's like a desert. You feel like a desert in there.
My Jacob Wilson is 8-1. So
But what I noticed is where Texas used to be 100 and it used to be cool. It's now up to that temperature's got higher. Like for me, I noticed it's up to about 110. I don't live there, but if you live in Texas, I'm telling you, I think it's gotten hotter over the way the weather's changed. 100 used to be 101, 102. Now I've seen you get 110s. And then what was Vegas last year? 110, 113.
When I got here, I was like, I got a house that's brand new. I'm like, this is great. I don't have to worry about a roof for like 30 years. I had to put I bought a house in Jersey. I had to put a roof on as soon as I moved in. Guy's like, not 30 years, like 30 years. He goes, you have to replace this roof for like 8-10 years. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, man. He goes, it's hot. You get hail. It's like, the roofs here are like 10-year roofs. I'm like, get the freak out of here with that crap. Are you kidding me? I got to like sell my house and move into a tent, replace my roof. But I got a freaking big house. It was $10,000 to do my shack in Jersey, which is half the size of this house. Now I'm going to do it 20 years later. Then what's it going to cost me to put a roof on? $35,000? Get out of it. I'll put a plastic tarp over it. I don't care.
Flex Seal. It comes in a big bucket, 64-gallon. You just have to just roll it over the roof, and it rubber seals your whole roof.
Yeah, you're surprised. That's right. Preserve your roof there.
Tape, baby.
Preserve your roof.
I'm going to duct tape and aluminum foil. That is, I can put that stuff into space. Duct tape and aluminum foil.
That'll work. That'll work.
You get some pretty big tarps these days. I think just tarp the roof.
Yeah,
I've seen some people just tarp their roof. Like, I'm not paying that kind of price. Forget it.
I see tarps on roofs. Yeah, I've seen tarps on roofs. You see that more in the deep south.
Get out of here with that. I got plenty of bungee cords in the garage. I'll be fine during the hurricane. I won't go anywhere.
There we go. I like the T. Woods with the Rockies, Royals under, and the Brewers there with that plus price. All right, we got you through our Parlay Purple segment. Now it's time to see what we got for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. Head into a big week of action. We just gave you our free plays, but if you want our best bets, our premium plays, head on over to our site, Tony'sPicks.com. We're ready to roll here with some plays for you. For today, we'll see what Rod's got for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. Link always in the description. We'll see Rod's put together a pretty good year in 2025 as he did last year. 2839 units of profit for the year. Rod, what you got for sale?
And for me over at Tony's Picks today, I've got my best bet in each sport. I got my MLB play of the day. Hey, we dropped it yesterday, so maybe 8-0-1. No, 8-1-1 over the last 10 with it. So definitely looking for the bounce back day with it. It's up there. I also got my top play in the NBA. It's up there as well. And then I have my NHL on the back end. I just have to put it up there for you. So you'll have my MLB play of the day, NBA drop a dime play, best bet on the board. I've hit a couple straight there. So let's get it there in that one. And then I got my NHL play of the day as well up there. So I'll have all three rolling for you. You can scoop those up over at Tony'sPicks.com. Let's have a big winning day together. Don't miss out on the 2-for-1 capper promotional as well. Take advantage of that. Have two cappers putting money in your pocket. You can see the leaderboard. Go check it out. Pair up your two favorite cappers and have yourself a nice winning day over at Tony's Picks. Don't forget Tony T at checkout. Save 15% off all your purchases over there.
There you go. Rod's ready to roll here and me drop best bets up there as well, or long-term subscriptions. So get on board with Rod over at Tony'sPicks.com. I will take a look and see what Sean's got for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com for today's card here today. Let's see what Sean's got rolling. Sean has put together a pretty good year over at Tony's Picks. Let's pull up the numbers here for you here in just a second. Right now, Sean's looking at close to 2,000 units of profit. Sean, what you got for sale?
Major League Baseball 3-pack. Go get it. Go get it. Why wouldn't you get it? We'll give out winners all day long for free here. And we'll get the premium stuff. Any up. Let's go. Listen, it's been a slow start to the baseball season for me on the size of totals here, but I'll straighten things out. But again, Tony's Picks here. We got a leaderboard. I tell you this yesterday. Go who's hot. I'm not going to listen. You don't want to get me. I give you plenty of free stuff here. Then, once I get on my little roll, I'll be like, jump on board, suckers. But for now, listen, I had a winning day yesterday, but let's go. Let's be honest. I've not been great the last 3 weeks, so I'm not here to sell myself. I'm putzing along. Enjoy the free ribbies. and we'll be on our way. But Mr. Whiskers, you're talking about limiting stuff. I just tried to put in a $100 parlay for Soderstrom and Wilson to have two runs or ribbies combined, like at least a run or two of them. Tried to put $100 in. It said my maximum bet allowed was $21.17.
There you go.
Right, that's the worst.
I mean, that's crazy. And this is and this is an offshore joint that I use.
Oh.
And again, yeah, but listen, you run offshore PPA, right? And it's their credit books, and I don't listen. If you're going to give me 300 a game, 500, I'm not going to complain about that. I know I'm going to get paid. You're going to get paid either way. So if you're going to bounce me down to win 20 to win $85, you know what? If I could hit 4 of those in a week, that's my food bill for the week. But this is the way it is nowadays.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? You're going to do the stuff here in the States? Good luck. They don't even allow that kind of stuff. It's on same game only.
Yep. They don't like the winners.
They don't even like, And the crazy crap is, years and years ago, right? Tony Romo said this in the 90s, like you'd have your local guy, and you'd always do same game. You're like, it's Monday night. I'm doing Cowboys in the over. It's Steelers under. Well, everything would be a same game kind of parlay. Then also like, a lot of these joints back in the day, you couldn't do same game parlays. They frowned. No same games. They're not allowed at places, right? And now they just come out and push them and give you a bonus. Like, here you go, suckers. Not only do you think it's so easy to win, but we're going to give you an added bonus to take the same game parlay. Oh, it's bizarre.
Yeah,
it's
very bizarre. Very bizarre the way things are going.
It's just crazy. Like, hey, no problem. We'll take huge bets offshore here for you. Again, this is a little kind of PPA joint, and they're going to take XYZ bets from me. But I'm just like, we're not going to let you put 100 to win, 225.
I know. They call themselves risk managers. They don't want to take any risk. That's
they don't want to risk, and they don't want to pay us. So it's like, we don't. You're too much. No, here we'll limit you. And it's like, just think as you say, you're going to keep making those little bets, right? And you're like, hey, look, I paid the food bill, but they'll limit you again if you look. I made enough to pay the food bill.
No. That like the one thing I use, the guys like I don't know because it's a local cat. It's not some big, it's not some big offshore name. It's a local guy so I'm like, hey, I told my wife, I said, can you pump up the thing? He's like, no. He used to allow like $500,000 on player props that somebody like crushed him. So he's like, you know what? This flat $100, that's it for everybody. I'm not getting hurt. I respect that because it's a guy. It would be like me or you when we got a bankroll. Open our own shop. What are you gonna do? You let somebody come in and run roughshod over you? No, they're not. Even the big, like, let's be honest, Circa, I can't go in there. They're not going to take $1 million on bets in Circa or these sports books, right? On player props. They're going to
player props. And we
go. Yeah, Robert, so that's different. It's 80s and 90s. Let's go back to 80s and 90s. Good luck going in there. Hey, I want an Aaron Judge home or 1990. Yeah, I want to take an Albert Bell home run prop at plus 425. He'd be like, what are you talking about? What language is that? Like that was not going on in the 90s. Your local guy was around maybe at 6:00 at night if you're calling in on a phone, right? I mean, let's be honest. It took them a while to roll out a website. I had to call in during the week in 1995. Maybe he was there for NBA. A lot of times he wasn't. Oh, it's football, Thursday football. I don't know if the guy was going to be on a Thursday, but Saturday he was there. They opened up at 10 a.m. They'd be there 10 to 12 and come back at like 3 to 5. That was it. There was no half times. There was no I'm going to in-game.
Yeah,
it was a side and a total, and you had a time window to call and get your crap in.
And you had their line only.
It was their line, and it was. I was a New York guy, so it was shaded to who people are going to bet. Always the favorites, always the overs, and then what? Then we start getting your offshore joints going. And even that was a little tricky back in the day.
WWTS, can bet Australia.
It was easy, Rob, back then. Yeah, he didn't put anything down because what are you doing? Hey, I want to, you call in. I want a 100 timer.
Remember the big book? Remember the big book? You know what the big book? You know what the big book was?
Ice cream, and I'm going to put this bet.
Remember the big book? Remember the big book? You know what they became? They became Bodog. The big, yeah.
They became Bodog. Big book.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Oh. Yeah, the big book was Bodog. It turned into Bodog, and Bodog people. Why are you playing? They're still around.
Are they Bovada now? What are they now?
They're Bovada now. They have all these different names.
It's Bodog up north, and it's up here in Canada. It's Bodog, and down there it's Bovada.
Bovada, you know. And then Bet MVP Sportsbook and that big bust with what was that one? Sports. What was that big bust they had? Sports. What was the name? What was that big one? Bet on Sports, right? Bet on Sports. Bet on Sports. That changed. That was a big one there. And then what was the guy's name? Walton Wagner, who owned MVP Sports, went and created bet on best line sports, and that became Bet Online because he took the database from Bet. He took the database when they were doing when they did the hit on Bet on Sports. He took the database out of the Costa Rican office, took it to Panama, and opened up Best Line Sports, which became BOL. So that's interesting stuff there. I know
Mr. Whiskers is get threatened by this, but listen, Mr. You know, if you're that, again, you need places to go. Spend the dime. Go to Bet Bash. Because there's, and again, I met people like, oh, you could do this, that, and that. Again, I don't, and this isn't a knock to that. It was fun meeting some people, but I find it weird that you go to a spot and you have people, I'll give you 10 accounts, unlimited access. Like, I thought these are supposed to be like, quote unquote, like sharp people. Like, I just kind of went there to network to try to find like little kind of hookups. Yeah. But how do you go there as a sports book and say to these guys, oh, you want $5,000 a game, 10 grand? Sure, I'll give you that. Like, I'm worried about getting paid if you're taking that. If you think I'm going to take that action.
Exactly.
You know? I'll stick to my little joint. I got some other spots, but I mean, I will grind out. I'm a one-man show, right? I'm just got my computers, and then that's the way I'll go here. Whatever.
Don't want to sweat your bet. We already sweated
your bet. Now you got to put your payout.
I don't want to get paid out or not. That's the worst.
You know, like he says, you got to worry about getting paid. Now, let's be honest. You're going to get paid. Most of these offshores, they're going to pay you. Somebody knows somebody. You can make calls and be like, "What's going on here?" You know, unless you're doing, you know, really kind of crazy crap in those places, you're going to get paid. And they might limit because that's the way it is nowadays. And they're going to be like, why should we limit? Like, if they're going to do it in the States, we can do it here in the Caribbean.
Yeah. Bookmaker always has the 20 cents lines. They were like one of they used to have really bad baseball lines.
They'll take, who cares if they take a little? You can complain all you want, you know, but it's not just you. You know, it's you times 1,000 people, probably more. You know, we're not even talking like Asian markets and crap like that, which is just off the wall kind of stuff. You know.
Yeah, they always hide behind that recreational player. Yeah, we're looking for.
Yeah, but you know what, Mr. Whiskers, I get it, but it's like going to a buffet. They make you leave. The restaurant's closing. You have to leave. You know, you can't sit at the buffet the whole day. You got to get out.
Right.
Yes. 90 minutes. 90 minutes.
Be like, hey.
They put 90 minutes now.
Like, oh, they should just take whatever. All right, take whatever for you is a couple $1,000, maybe tens of thousands. But then you got to multiply that towards people who really move kind of stuff. Like, you hear stories. Like, I was talking to a guy from Venezuela. I was talking to a guy from who runs the Bellagio. What's it? In AC, Borgata. And he's like, I got guys coming in moving $250,000, $500,000, and come in with suitcases. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I go online and it's like, oh, you got a $250. Like, he's like, no. He's like, oh, these guys. I'm like, oh, it's just weird. Like, it's just a whole
different situations there, right? They know these guys. They're balancing action. A lot of it's balancing action, you know. And
yes.
That's what a lot of it is, because I know locals, and I used to see them at the Stardust. What are you doing here? I'm just trying. I got too much on one side. I need to level it off. I said, okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot of that.
And that's the way it was back in the day.
You know, and a lot of these high-profile guys, influencers, are nothing but fund managers. You know, they bet other people's money. You know, and they disguise themselves. They disguise themselves as being it's their money. That's the biggest. That's a lot that goes on. A lot of that stuff goes on when you see a lot of these influencers. One comes to mind with like Adam Meyer. We found that out during his court process, right? He had people buying into his fund, made it sound like him. The guy stopped putting money in the fund. He threatened him. He brandished a weapon and got thrown in jail, got thrown in prison. He got too greedy. He got thrown in prison for 5 years, right? It's 10 years or whatever it is. Yeah, so a lot of these influencers you see out there are nothing but fund managers. That's why they want to be influencers, because they want people. Hey, how can I join up with you? Okay, just give me X amount of bucks and I'll bet for you, and I'll keep half the profit and I'll give you the other half. But if you lose, you lose. But you take 100% of losses.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like I talk to people. It's like, oh, yeah, put up this amount. I'm like, well, what are you talking about, bro? Why am I putting up? I will help do things, but that doesn't make any sense. Why I'm taking the initial loss if you lose and then I get paid if you win. That does no, that's not how it's working. No.
Yeah. So that's
you need an account. I can do that for you. There you go. Have fun with it. I'm not, you want to throw me something if you win or lose, or if you win, great. If you lose, it's on you. I'm not paying your losses. What are you talking about? I gave you an account. It's like, that's a trust thing, because in this, there's a lot of scumbaggery, right? Yeah. You don't know the trust issue getting paid. That's what it's about getting paid.
We're getting paid. You don't want to. We already sweat our bet most of the time. We don't want to sweat getting paid too. That's the worst part.
Again, I went out there and I met a cat. I got a couple offshore joints I could use, and they're smaller limits. But you know what? I know I'm getting paid because that guy's not gonna screw me.
Oh yeah.
I don't care if it's smaller amounts. I'm a one man. I don't have a team of players. I'm not. Oh, you got to scale up. I'm not betting $30,000 on 605 college basketball games a pop. I don't have that kind of bankroll. You think I have $10 million in the bank? 300. You're betting. You should have 10. Whatever your bet is, you should have 10 times that. Yeah. Backing that up. That is what you should have. And if you're betting 5 games, you better have 50 times that backing up. People don't get that because you're just loading up off your credit card every day for X amount of dollars. Like, whatever, we'll see how I do. No, if you're really betting, you need 10 times your bet. Yeah, times that by how many bets you have a day.
Yeah.
To lose.
And the juice. And if you just break even, you're losing. Yeah, and if you break even, you're losing. That's right. 50%, you're losing. The juice, you're paying the big. So
somebody to bet $100. Oh, you got $1,000 in the bank. Well,
Yeah, I mean that's the way they take shots at our industry. But the thing is, you keep your winnings. You pay for you obviously pay for the selection, but you keep 100% of your winnings. We're not taking a piece of your winnings. Like some of these fund managers, they want give me X amount of dollars, give me 10,000, give me 25,000, I'll pay it for you, and you keep and they keep half your winnings. We're not keeping your winnings. So that's our industry doesn't really back themselves as much as the fund managers. The fund managers are out there bashing us. But what people don't understand about these fund managers, these influencers, is they want all this money up front, and they're keeping half your winnings. We don't ask for your winnings; you keep your winnings. So there's a lot of stuff out there that's going on.
I've never charged crazy prices for stuff, and most people are volume. And I learned this from a guy who's kind of newer to the selling kind of things. Again, I've been on sites freaking 20 years now, but the person who comes in and they purchase us, that's great. I'm thankful somebody comes in and spends $30, whatever. You're never gonna win as much as any of us because you have no discipline. You're gonna come in. We go 3-0, we go 2-1. That's fine. You bet those games, plus you're betting 10 other games, right? I mean, people in chat. Let's be honest. You're not betting one game. I mean, my guy Lex, I love Lex, but he comes in with 17 leg parlays. He's not gonna be happy with my 3-pack. Right? I mean, I'm not picking on my guy Lex, but again, what I do and what other people do, it's a totally different thing. Someone's like,
I need a 3-pack, and he takes my 3-pack, and he buys us both, and then he puts them together, and he's got a 6-teamer now thing, and he tries to roll, and then when you go 2-1, you're like, yeah, I had a nice little winning day, and then he's like, you lost.
I can say like, I can feel like, I'm not betting hockey today, and not bet anything. I'm going to bet it, and I'll forget whatever I had to. I'm not going to sit and in game and live. You're going to lose long term with that. I mean, I don't care. You might be hot. I'm hot. Okay, well, let's be hot since 19. Again, I wasn't even hot in 1990. I was bad. I was a kid. I was doing super crap. 11-legger today.
11-legger. Yeah, he's going 11-legger today. He's looking for 11-legger to come in.
Commercials say like, hey, if you're, these commercials for DK, have fun. You're not having fun. This is real money. This is money you need to survive. They want you to have fun with it. No. Gambling is not for fun.
I learned a
It's
long
like,
time ago how hard it is to hit a parlay. Is when I would go to the racetrack and try to hit a pick six. I learned that a long time ago. Pick threes. Oh, it's as easy as you got to just pick three now. We got pick threes. Exactly. The daily double. The daily double was oh my God. The daily double was when they used to sucker me all the time. It's funny when I would go to the track back in the day when horse racing was hot. You would go to the track. The place was crowded, 50,000+ people. After the first race, you'd see 75% going home because they lost the first leg of their daily double.
And again, they cater to it's the lottery ticket, right? It's the lottery. Yeah. I'm going to hit this. You know who plays lottery tickets? Poor people. Yeah. Poor people play lottery tickets. It's real. I mean, it's again. I'm not a big parlay guy. I'll say, will I do ridiculous kind of like Tuesday? I understand the allure of it. Look at this. I'm betting $3 to win $8,500. But is Warren Buffett and Donald Trump and these Bill Gates, do they go to the corner store and buy a lottery ticket? No.
But you know what happens though, Sean, is when you hit one of those, and then you get that you've hit one, and you're like, yeah, I can do it again, right? So you get that urge and that rush where you're like, yeah, I hit one for that much, right? Or you did turn that $10 into $8,000, and the book looks at you and goes, hey, I'm good luck getting your $8,000 out now, but it's just like it's
yes.
So you get that rush, right? And you go back and do it again. I can get 16 this time. If I can hit one of those at double, I'm set. Right? It's just one of those. And then of course, the social media guy that shows that parlay where it shows, where it's like, look at this guy's parlay. He's going to win $1.2 million if the Chiefs win this, right? It's like, oh, man.
We're doing a 10-leg home run prop today. Like, really?
Right? And it's going to win $1.4 million. Let's get it.
Yep, I learned that a lot at a young age, and there's a reason why the horse, at least at Santa Anita, they would let you in for free for the 9th race. I couldn't believe how many people were waiting in line to get in for free for the 9th race, to watch them bet the 9th race. That was insane. I would go home after the feature race. I'd see a huge line of people trying to get in for free. They will let you in for free for the 9th race because they lose about 90% of their customers by the time we get to the 9th race because people are getting buried right at the racetrack, right? And how many people would win? One out of every 10 people walking in that track would probably win something, right? So they needed some handle for the 9th race. So you'd see people you'd see flocks of people going home because they would load up for the feature race, right? You see loads of people go, and a huge line of people trying to get in for that free 9th race. That was
when if I'm out there for like Pepe or whatever, I go to South Point and it's summertime. So they have the whole thing for like the rivalry with for the opening weekend of college football, right?
Yep.
It's just pick the winner. And it's a bunch of like rivalry games. You just got to pick no spread involved. It's Miami versus NCAA, like just ridiculous, crazy kind of matchups. Pick a winner kind of thing. And it's $2, and I'll do a couple. I'm like, all right, a couple games I switch. Why not? $2 to win $25,000. Sounds good enough. I saw a cat. He had a stack tone and rod. Had to be like this thick, and he's filling them out and trying to do all the. And I said, like, how much you got? He's like, I'm going to spend $100, and I think I'm going to be all right, and I'll get this. Because I'm doing it, I'm switching them up on each fella. You're not going to hit that. Like,
Rod did.
You need more than 100 combinations.
Didn't Rod hit one of those?
Yeah,
200K scratch off.
No, it was 100K. Not the guys doubled my look. It's the myth of the.
The word gets out. It's doubled.
It's doubled now. It's
remember the longer it always increases over time, Rod.
Over time, is that what it is?
Inflation.
Okay. It's doubled. It was like, wow, I didn't see the other 100K.
You hit a scratch off for $100,000.
Yes. Yeah, it was
a scratch off.
$5 scratch off. I scratched it off. It was I bought these scratch offs. I was at the pharmacy about 5 years ago now. I was at the pharmacy getting some painkillers for a toothache, and I was just standing there waiting for them to fill my prescription. And I was like, give me 5 of those crosswords while I'm standing there. And I scooped up the 5 crosswords, grabbed my pain meds, went home, took these pain meds, fell asleep, had a nap, woke up. It was like 1 in the morning, and I'm like, 1 in the morning. I'm like, hey, I got these scratch offs. Let's scratch off these scratch offs. I'm scratching it off, and I'm like, this is $100,000. Oh shit, $100,000! Yeah! I woke the wife up, and she looked at me and she goes, "How much you win?" And I was $100,000. I'm
Why'd
going
you
back
tell
to
her?
bed. That's not life-changing. She went back to
Did
bed.
you really go back to bed?
Yes. She went back to bed. She was like, it's not the million. I went back to bed.
You should be like, that's
if I
good.
would
It's
have
mine
won
then.
something, if I would have won something like
I
that,
was alive.
I would be complaining how much I lost in taxes. I wouldn't be celebrating how much that's how my thought process
Guess
would
what?
be.
Up here in Canada, Tony, no taxes.
Wow,
on
that's
winnings.
winning. That's winning.
We don't pay
No
taxes
taxes?
on winnings. We don't pay taxes on winnings. No. Up here
I
in
remember
Canada,
my
no
dad-
taxes on winnings. You need to
My
move to
dad would always
Canada,
play the
Sean.
pick four.
You're in the wrong area.
He
In the
played
wrong
pick
area,
four.
they don't tax you.
He played pick four all time, always. And so he went a couple times. They went. I remember they took us to Florida, Disney World, but like, he collect all of the lottery tickets because you needed to write off your $6,500 winnings.
That's what.
Yes.
I've seen people, they scoop up their horse bets too, right? They scoop up the losing horse tickets off the ground.
He'd go to the buy right.
Oh my God, that was such a huge thing back in the day.
He had a box. I mean, a legit paper, like from the copy paper box. He was a teacher, so he had a copy filled, stacked with rubber bands around, 500 at a pop. And he just had stacks and stacks and stacks of losing lottery tickets. I'm like, and he'd write it off because back then he didn't have account, he didn't have money for account. So he just wrote, what is that when you deduct yourself? What is that called when you do itemizing?
Itemized, yeah.
So he'd send in 5,000 lottery. I'm like, I said to him, and I was probably like, I said, Dad, you don't think they're going to be like, how the hell does this guy afford $15,000 on lottery tickets a year when he makes $20,000 teaching? Like, I don't care. I got to knock some of it off.
I think that's quite the way Lex rolls. He doesn't buy lottery tickets. Just give me the whole roll.
Just give me the whole roll or give me the whole pack.
Yeah, whole roll. Just give me the whole roll. That's the way he rolls there. That's pretty funny. Yeah.
I can't believe your wife went to sleep and was like, yeah, that's not life. All right. Well, no problem. I'm going to take a trip then.
We did. We totally took a trip. We're like, I'm taking a trip. We're
no. I'm not taking her with me, bro. I'm not taking her. I know.
Oh, you're leaving her out.
That response. Oh no, it'll cost you more in the end if you do that. All right, guys. All right. I got a best bet on the board right now over at Tony's Picks. Get on board with me, or I got a multi-pack with a 3-pack, 2 baseball, 1 NBA up on the board. So again, on board with me, number 1 unit producer in MLB this season. So get on board. We have the 2-for-1 cap promotion where you can match up your favorite capper. And that's right. When you win, you keep the winnings. Unlike some of these fun managers that tell you, we're gonna chop the winnings in half with you guys. All right. No, we don't do that stuff here. All right. You're here for this of the Tony 6 Morning Show. We're back again tomorrow. Don't forget to stay tuned. Oh, we have our YouTube channel, right? Check our YouTube channel out, guys. If you happen to miss a show, I know I'm going to get heat today. Hey, you went too long. You're going to kill the algorithm. Oh, don't worry about that. This was a good show. Let's see here, guys. Check us out over at.
This should have been a half hour today. We're an hour and a half.
Yeah, I'm going to hear. I don't care. I'm going to hear. Well, you should end the show right away. People like this kind of talk. Anyway, guys, check our YouTube channel. We got our live chat. If you ever happen to miss the show, you can see us on archive here. And of course, the happy hour. Rod will say a little bit more about that. 5 p.m. Eastern time with the happy hour with Rod and crew as well. And of course, if you happen to check our video tab, hit that video tab. A lot of content up there. El Nino's looking for the underdogs. Chris has got his place up there, his home run props. Rod's got you covered. Deep dive in the NHL playoffs. I got baseball as well as NBA up there. So check our YouTube channel up there for more content. Lots of great content. Sometimes we'll get some stuff populate the shorts in there. Looks like Brian's got he's got an NHL pick for you for up there in the short for today, guys. So check us out over on the Tony 6 YouTube channel with lots of great content. Easy to find. YouTube, and then hit Tony's Picks there to find it out there. All right. Of course, Rod, let them know about the happy hour. And of course, your video, your NHL picks up there.
Yeah, definitely tune into the happy hour, 5 p.m. Eastern. We'll get you going because we know as the baseball season rolls along, we'll see a few more TBDs. So definitely want to tune in to the happy hour, 5 p.m. Eastern. And then definitely check out the archived YouTube channel. Got you covered on all the hockey. And be on the lookout. I'm going to throw some more up there in the short section, not being utilized. So be on the lookout for more content from me here at Tony's Picks in the short section. Coming soon. Be on the lookout.
Soon, Rod, for the shorts. Going to populate that shorts. Of course, Sean, we got you here on the mornings.
Mornings, and again, I would have came in for the afternoon show today, but I just gave you my review props. Maybe I'll come in. We got burgers. I got some sliders. I made some sliders already for dinner tonight, so I'll have some burgers on. I always send around a pick when I have my meat out on the grill. There you go, little delay there. Got to tease people.
What?
Let's go. I'll wrap this puppy up. We're gonna talk about meat.
Oh yeah, I just said it. I was surprised. My uncle made some chili, and we had burgers the other day, and we sprayed the chili in. That was a great idea. You can have your chili burgers. You ever tried that, Sean, where you make some chili and have a chili burger?
I've never had chili. No, thank you.
No, thank you. I don't want to spice it up.
You don't like chili? No chili?
No, I've never had it. You know what they say? Chili today, hot tamale.
There you go. Well, you're in the spice capital of the world. Well, you're not too far from New Mexico, but New Mexico always like to brag about their spice. I don't know. That's the way it rolls there in New Mexico. All right, that's going to do it.
Good, Rob. I've seen Rob before in chats. Rob's been around a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So my racetrack experience, it really disciplined me later in life quite a bit there. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all the mistakes.
I learned young where we're on there. That's how it was like, oh, horse track betting. Yeah.
Well, the daily double was the funniest thing, man. The track attendance would be cut in half after the first race. I couldn't believe how many hordes of people. It's funny. You'll be down to 10% of the attendance by the ninth race. That's how people would let Mary they went to sleep.
The trick that they did up north, and where at the racetrack I was at Northlands, what they did was they called it Vegas night. So what they did was everybody gets it. Come on in, free breakfast. We'll give you a pancake breakfast, eggs, bacon. That stuff's dirt cheap. So you get everybody pile in for free breakfast, and then you have to enter into the draw to win a trip to Vegas. So then people have to stay around because we're not drawing this until after the last race. So you make sure that everybody has to stick around, and you must be in attendance as well for the draw.
Oh yeah. There you
so
go.
that
That's
kept
how
everybody around.
They kept them around. So they weren't smart enough here to do that. They would give then they got smart enough. By the time no one went to the track, they started giving out the track giveaways when you left the track. That's when they started doing that after the ninth race. But that was too late.
They give you a free bet. And they also would give you a free bet as you come in. Here is a $2 voucher. Here's a $3 voucher. Here's a $5 voucher. Come on in here. Place a bet. They free bet on us. First bet on us. Come on in. And floors of people. Yep. I remember 3 years solid when they did the renovations of 800 to 1,000 baked stuffed potatoes I was making as a kid. That was my job. 1,000 baked stuffed potatoes, double stuffed potatoes for the prime rib dinners, and then Yorkshire puddings. Ugh. I got to give you guys credit. I got to give you guys credit when you go to when I go in Vegas, you'd always see those tracks with the snow in Northlands. That was one of them, Ron. I don't know how you dealt with those. I got to roll too. All right, guys. Well, do it. Goodbye, guys. You guys make it a winning day. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony's Morning Show.